So I think it was December 2012, second year of engineering. It was this pretty low point in my life, going through some stuff, just was completely blank, and it was Christmas time, and these carol singers came home and they sang, and I just couldn't wait for them to finish and get out of my house. But my mom was enjoying it. She was dancing with them, and it was pretty cool. And once they were done, she told me, why don't you take them to the neighbor's house downstairs? And very reluctantly, I did that. I took them down to the neighbor's house, and my neighbor at that point, she was this old woman who had Alzheimer's and kidney failure.
Wow.
Quite sick, so she's lying on her bed in the hall, and her husband is next to her, and I go stand on the other side. The carol singers come, they sing, and again I'm waiting for them to end, and she's just watching them sing. And in the middle of it, she reaches out her hand, holds out my hand, and says thank you with a smile on her face. I don't think this woman has smiled in at least a couple of months. And to see that happen, it was amazing. And there was this thought, which was, this needs to happen more often. Like, all I had done was bring strangers into her house who sang, nothing big, and she smiled, and it made a difference. And that definitely needed to happen more often. So I went back home and said, I reached out to a friend and said, we need to do something about this. We need to make sure it happens. And she was very practical. She said, put a date. When do you want to start? What do you want to do? Put out steps. Yeah.
Engineer's approach.
She's not even an engineer. You know? And
the irony in that.
I mean, see, the thing is, she laughed at the idea first, but then she saw that I was serious. Okay, and then she said, okay, if you're serious about it, put a date.
Let's do it. Yeah,
let's do it. Put a date and things like that. So we put a date. We said, okay, May something, 25th or something like that. Let's go and visit an orphanage, because it sounds simple, easy step. Let's do that.
And it's a ways, about a couple of months away, so you have time to plan and figure things out and all that. Right?
Also, you don't really need that much time to plan it.
I was wondering, what do you need
to plan it, something like that, but I don't know why I set that date.
Okay.
And either way, when that date comes, I have procrastinated to the point that nothing has been planned.
Right.
And that day, a family and I just decided to go to a family friend's wedding. And we're stepping out. We're just trying to step out of the apartment, and we see that our neighbor, the old woman's door, is open. And my mom says, let's just go say hi. It's been a while. And so we go walk past the door, and we can see her lying in her coffin. Now, I don't really believe in coincidences, which means that this was clearly a sign for me, saying, you set a date, and if you're not going to honor it, it's time. You deserve a whack on your back. Right. So the next week, I called a couple of friends in college, said, lunch break, this classroom, meet up.
Oh, in college?
Yeah, in college.
Okay.
So it was so amazing how they all turned up, and who does that?
Yeah.
They all turned up for this random meeting with this random friend of theirs. And I said, okay, here's the plan. Why don't we go out this December singing? And why don't we try raising funds for a cause that we know about? And they all said yes. And that December was amazing. We went out just 8 days. I actually have the dates written. I actually have that attendance sheet and all still.
Attendance sheet?
Yeah. And the amount of money everyone gave. And in 8 days, we raised 50,000, which we helped an orphanage that was struggling they were being forced to move. So we helped them out with that. And there's been no turning back since then.